Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are back with another Chain Crew episode. It's Dom, Carter, and Schmeeks. We just wrapped up the divisional round wild card playoffs. I rehearsed this in my head.
Great start.
Yeah, take it from
we
the
just
top.
wrapped
No, I'm
up
kidding.
the Super Bowl 62.
Yeah, we just wrapped up Super Bowl 59. No, but the wild card playoffs, and I gotta say those first 3 to 4 games, all the way up to the Patriots smacking the Chargers, kind of bangers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was an unbelievable weekend.
It was incredible. It was like the first time in
Great
forever
football weekend.
that we've had like the first 4 playoff games all be within one score, and I think all the teams that won were actually trailing in the last 2 minutes of the game. Rams came back on the Panthers. Bears had a huge comeback on the Packers. Bills and Jags were close, but Jags had the lead at the end until the Bills scored in the last 2 minutes. And then same with Eagles 49ers. Eagles were leading most of the way. 49ers scored late.
I cannot believe the Bears came back.
Yeah.
That was the most unbelievable of the 3 of the 4 you mentioned. To me,
yeah, that was wild.
I loved it. I love watching the Packers choke, and I love that Chicago has something to believe in, and they're shredding cheese in the stands, and they're going crazy, and Caleb Williams just kept his head down and just kept going. He just kept believing. He kept balling out. The play calling was good. Jordan Love just crumbled into dust. I loved it.
I wouldn't say Jordan. I mean, Jordan Love had 4 touchdowns, and he played great. He
had 3 touchdowns the first half. He had nothing in the second almost.
Yeah, but
it was all Bears.
He had 4 touchdowns, by the way.
Wow.
4 touchdowns.
Did he win
yards
to win you a game?
But did he win?
300 yards of passing and 4 touchdowns, Carter.
Your
I'm with
QB,
Dom all the way
your
here.
QB, J.J. McCarthy, would literally sling crack on the side of the road for half of that game, by the way. Just want to point that out.
I don't care.
Carter's like, I don't care. Carter's in his head going, he can't compute. He's like, but we beat the Packers with Matt Brosnan throwing for 53 yards. So are yards and touchdowns really that important?
That's true.
Well,
he hears 4 touchdowns. He's like, I didn't know it went past 1.
That's true. J.J. McCarthy doesn't know.
Wait, passing stats affect. Well, what's funny is they did all that and they had a winning record. So I can imagine how a Vikings fan born today is like, do passing stats matter to win?
We had the same amount of wins as the Lions and the Packers this year with that crap quarterback play. So I have to say though, shout out to my boy Adam Thielen is retiring, going to retire as a Viking. Love you, Adam. Amazing career, Minnesota native. Super excited for him. So I'm wearing his jersey today.
Coldest white boy of 2017 back in the day.
Absolutely cold with Kirk, dude.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Some games,
Aaron Rodgers probably retiring as well, more than likely.
Yeah,
hate to say.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was playing with Rod. Sorry, go for it.
Yes.
No. I was just going to say there's a lot of Saints fans that are trying to say that Drew Brees is better than Aaron Rodgers all the time, and it's like, there's bias, and then there's whatever the hell you guys are thinking.
Stupidity. You know, I'm sad that the Jags were so hot.
Saints fan.
I wanted Josh Allen. We talked about it on the pod, but you couldn't have asked for a closer game. That was so fun to watch, and it meant a lot for the Bills. You could see it on James Cook and Josh Allen's face when they won Josh Allen's first win away, I think, in the playoffs. Meant a lot to him, and so that was hype to see. Both those offenses played well. I loved the shootout. That game was super fun.
So, just to go all the way back to the start, just so I can keep this linearly in my mind, because I do want to keep talking about this, but I want to jump to the first morning game of Saturday and work our way back up, because that Panthers-Rams game, the Panthers gave them all they could handle.
Yeah,
I thought the Rams were about to not be in the playoffs.
Well, Stafford started off really hot. You know, they had a lead, and then he just started playing really bad. Everyone on that team started playing really bad, and it was a pretty mid game by him, and then they got back in it.
Ice Young, dude, he just
Ice Young had some great plays.
He looked great.
Sure.
He just always
looked mobile.
Yep,
and he looked elusive.
Yep. He's been doing that for weeks.
The Rams MVP by far is Puka Nacua from that game because he literally saved a game-losing interception that Matt Stafford threw.
Yeah.
Saved it.
Yeah.
Absolutely saved it. It was wild, but yeah. Sad for the
Rams
Panthers.
win the Super Bowl. We'll look back at that play and say, thanks, Puka Nacua, for saving our Super Bowl season.
Well, to that point, he had a wide open touchdown at the end of the half he dropped. I also want to say
he had to make up for it.
Yeah, so he kind of canceled out, I guess, but I also want to say to Dom's point about Matthew Stafford sucking, do you think that hand injury, because he was on a roll, and then he had that hand injury where he flicked the helmet of a opposing player. Do you think that affected his play, and do you think it will affect it moving forward?
I hope so.
Concerned as a Seahawks fan.
I sure hope it does. No offense to him.
I'm with Dom. That's why I'm laughing. I hope so too.
I mean,
bro.
I don't care, dude. I hope it does. I hope he throws 4 interceptions this next game. I'm going to be rooting for the underdogs every time. Obviously, not technically by seeding the underdogs, but we all know the better team here.
The Bears are going to
shout out my buddy Lucas.
Okay?
He's a Bears fan. I'm rooting for him. Part of me, my 2 biggest hopes for the Super Bowl are Drake May versus Caleb Williams, or just Josh Allen versus anybody. Honestly, that's all I want to see.
I'm all right with that. We have Packers Bears. We already talked about it a little bit. Schminks, do you have anything that you want to talk about in this game to keep your linear thinking going?
Yeah, I got one thing I want to throw out because the touchdowns. I mean, the Packers had I looked at the stat line. The Packers had such a Packer stat line with 4 separate players getting a touchdown. It's the Packers' motto since Randall Cobb and Jordy Nelson. The Packers' motto, since those 2 guys were dominant, the Packers' motto since then has been, why get a wide receiver 1 when we can have 5 wide receiver 2s?
Yep.
4 touchdowns to 4 separate receivers. To that point, first touchdown of his career, Matthew Golden, 4 receptions.
He had a crazy nice touchdown.
That was a nice touchdown.
It was electric. So I do want to give Matthew Golden a shout out.
He's a good player, man. He's been getting open all year long. They just haven't been getting him the ball. I want to see him featured next year. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, and then
on the bench.
Yeah.
Well, and what was fun about that is beyond the fact that he, get open. That was like a bubble screen, and he ran up tackles. And he looked like a running.
Yeah, he broke like 5 tackles. That shit was sick.
Yeah, it was insane. So, and then also you touched base on it, Dom, but that 4th down conversion by Caleb to keep the drive alive.
Gosh, that throw
off. It was like a Superman throw. He was both feet. He wasn't planted. Planted.
Yeah, that's
incredible.
That's why they took him number 1 overall, because he can make. I mean,
Call me Chris Collinsworth, but it looked like Patrick Mahomes.
99% of the QBs in the NFL just can't make
it. It looked like Patrick Mahomes. I'm saying it. Call me Chris Collinsworth.
It was a little Mahomey, except
it was beautiful.
Except for Mahomes.
Except for
he's
in the playoffs this year.
Mahomes is on the couch. Yeah. For the first time in his whole life. But
he's playing Subway Surfers right now and watching TikTok.
Yeah, I love that Caleb.
What are you
talking
about? Mahomes can't walk right now.
That's true.
Caleb is just keeping the train rolling. Ben Johnson, man. I love that Ben Johnson barely shook Matt LaFleur's hand and then went to the locker room and was like, fuck the Packers. I love that shit so much.
It was pretty baller.
I loved it.
Ben
Johnson, man.
And I definitely, we'll see. I think the Pack will have a chance against the Rams. Or the Bears will have a chance against the Rams. It's going to be interesting. I think to play the Rams, I was thinking about it, because I think to play the Rams and to play them well, you need to be physical in your secondary. And I think that's why the Panthers, even though they're 8-9, have been able to match up so well against them. Is because it doesn't make sense to me that I'm so scared of the Rams, and the Seahawks just put the Panthers away, but the Rams couldn't. But I think the Seahawks.
I mean, different teams just scheme up differently against each other, honestly.
Yep.
Well, that's the point I was getting at. Is the Rams really like doing? Greg Olsen had that great bit where he was talking about how the Rams like to go light so they can run the ball, and the Seahawks like to go heavy so they can throw it. And I think when the Rams are going light to run the ball, and you have the Panthers team that has J.C. Horn and Michael Jackson, and they got big cornerbacks who are playing tough. It really I think it showed out on that field that those cornerbacks and those secondary players were willing to play man on man and be physical with those receivers, even in the run game.
And I don't know. Maybe the Bears will be able to do it. We'll see. We're going to talk about it more later for
sure. We'll see. They're on a Cinderella run right now. You never know.
Yep. Well, unlike the Jags,
they got some star cornerbacks
the Bills
too.
beat them. We'll see.
I just don't know how physical they are in the run game.
Yeah.
The Jags game was interesting. The game was very, very interesting. If you had told me that freaking James Cook would be held to under 50 rushing yards in that game, I would probably think that the Jags win. But listen, bro.
Josh Allen.
The tipped interceptions and Josh Allen just straight up being the best quarterback in the league. Got that shit done. And that's why I believe in them. It's as simple as that, man.
Showed up. Playoff Josh showed up, man.
He absolutely did. And honest to God, I'll say it right now, he's one of the best playoff performers in the history of the NFL. Just straight up, dude. I mean, the stats themselves say it alone. Rings aside, we're not even going to count him not having rings right now, because every time he's lost in the playoffs is because his defense just gets obliterated with, the final drive of the game. But as of right now, he has the best touchdown to interception ratio in NFL history in the playoffs. 26 touchdowns, 4 picks. It's higher than anybody ever. Ever.
Is that total or passing only?
This is his, I think this is passing, I want to say.
Because that is even more impressive then, because we saw how physical he is in the run game too. So I'm interrupting. I'm apologizing.
I was thinking the same thing.
This is just passing.
Damn.
Total.
That's amazing.
Total touchdowns, it would be 36.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
36
and he got 4 interceptions
this
last weekend.
I mean, dude, he's just so good. He's just so good. Regardless, whether he wins a ring or not, he's going to be one of the 10 greatest quarterbacks of all time when it's all said and done.
That 4th and 1 QB sneak that turned into like an 8 or 9 yard run that
dude,
almost scored
was crazy. Jalen Hurts could learn a thing or two, okay? Josh Allen doesn't get 1 yard push almost touchdowns. He gets 9 yard.
And that Bills O-line did not give up. That Bills O-line was like, "Yep, keep going, Josh. Keep going, Josh. We got you. Just stay up."
Unbelievable play.
I was gonna say,
I want to see this team win the Super Bowl so bad.
I love Josh Allen. I think he is an absolute refrigerator when he gets moving, and is so hard to take down. I don't want to take away from his physicality at all. I'm pretty sure his feet left the ground on that 8-yard rush.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
When I watched it back, I was shocked at how he just seemed to be like, it was almost like an ascension to the end zone. I don't even know how to, his alignment flat out picked him up and started moving him. He was we're going there.
They did. It was awesome to see. Yeah, well, and the fact that they didn't score on that play actually helped them to burn more clock, too. Like, if he had scored on that play, the Jags would have had maybe a better shot. It worked out kind of perfectly. I don't think it was on purpose, and it just worked out kind of perfectly that he got pulled down right at the 1.
Yeah. I mean, they did go in the very next play, though, so I think they only saved, maybe 3 seconds or so.
Okay, it wasn't much then. Okay.
I mean, Trevor Lawrence, all credit to him. He played lights out. He had 2 interceptions, but both of them were tipped picks.
They weren't his fault.
Can't really put that against him. He played so good. He had a phenomenal season. He was, I would say he's borderline top 5 this year. If we're just putting this year in a vacuum, he played phenomenal. So huge shout out to him. I freaking love Trevor Lawrence.
This Jaguars team is going to be super interesting to look at in fantasy football next year. Not just where do you take Trevor Lawrence, but the guy who I think is debatably, in my mind, the surprise player of the year, Parker Washington. Another massive game. 7 receptions, over 100 yards and a touchdown. I mean, he has become a legitimate threat week to week that teams need to scheme for. And I don't think anyone saw him as a wide receiver 50 coming into this year. So I'm curious too. Where he's going to go next year? Because I think there's a real chance he is Trevor's wide receiver 1 next year. He seemed to be operating like it for the last 5 weeks or so.
And I was going to say ETN had an amazing season as well, not only as a rusher, but as a catcher. They utilized him in the pass game a lot. ETN got a lot of screens this season, and he took a lot of them to the house. So shout out to him as well. Yeah, absolutely agree with you, Schmeeks.
Next game we got to talk about, though, Eagles. 49ers, Eagles.
Yep, we live streamed this game. If you joined us, we love you, appreciate you. If you didn't, that's okay. Next time you can listen in. We had a lot of fun answering questions, discussing stuff, watching the game.
And the Eagles fired their offensive coordinator, as they should have. He was horrendous this year. I mean, I don't know how you don't utilize one of the probably the most stacked team in the entire NFL, top to bottom, especially offensively, and they looked so bad this year. He's 100%. He's gonna be flipping burgers. He needs to be as well.
I mean, 19 points at home. That's so low.
I saw that.
I couldn't believe it.
That viral video of that kid talking about, they said, well, he went to the game and he got interviewed after, and he said, "This sucks. This was my Christmas gift." It's just like a little Philadelphia kid. And they said, "What do you want to see happen?" He goes, "I want to see A.J. Brown somewhere else, and I want to see Kevin Pagolo flipping burgers." And they said, "Why do you want to see him flipping burgers?" And he goes, "Because that's his play calling. One half, it's cooking, and the other half is just raw." And I was just like, this kid's going places.
I love that kid. That's amazing. I think I saw part of that interview. That's awesome. Yeah, shout out to the Niners. That trick play, Juwan Jennings' throw to Christian McCaffrey was so sweet. Purdy had 2 interceptions and still was able to move them down the field multiple times. CMC obviously was crucial in the receiving game. I wasn't incredibly impressed with the Niners, but their defense played better than I thought, and they stayed in this game enough to win it. They keep winning, but
they keep winning.
They keep winning. The Eagles. I had a feeling. I told you I didn't believe in the Eagles, and
George Kittle
offensive calling.
His Achilles exploding is going to be huge.
Yeah,
but you never know. I mean, maybe they win. Maybe they win this upcoming week too. We really just don't know with this.
You don't know,
honestly.
Tongas is good. Tongas had a huge touchdown in Seattle earlier this year, didn't he? Like, he's a good tight end. You never know.
Week 1, if you consider
was earlier this
year, being
earlier this season.
He mossed a cornerback. I mean, I think Tongas is actually a very good tight end. For me, what I said, and we got to get to this in the All-Pro, what I said is what I don't necessarily know about Tongas is I know Kittle's a threat in the run game. And it's so huge to have a guy who's that good at catching the ball and making stuff happen, who also is an asset when you want to run the ball. I just don't know how Tongas is going to fit into that. But yeah, no, he's good. I think the Niners have done a really good job getting that tight end room behind Kittle going.
Yep. Shout out to Dom's team. Patriots, you guys smashed the Chargers. We were just talking about this, 16-3.
Yep.
That 32 ranked offensive line really showed up for the Chargers in the way that we expected them to. That's why we were pretty confident the Patriots win.
It was really bad. It was really,
even with
really
all
bad.
The playmakers.
Both QBs just took turns getting fucking lit up the entire first half. It was awful to watch.
You got to win in the trenches if you want to win, man.
The Patriots finally got through it. Second half, they got that touchdown pass to Hunter Henry. Beautiful throw by Drake May.
Drake May.
Yeah, he's got it. Yeah, we're leaving those jokes in 2025. I'm gonna be honest. I can't do it anymore. I just can't do it anymore.
I like it. Well, good for you guys.
He stood up in the second half, played phenomenal. He was lights out. He was like 14 for 17 with a touchdown in the second half. He played great, especially against a really good defense. It was tough to watch Herbert. He's one of my favorite players, as we all know here. I still think he's one of the best QBs in the NFL. But I mean, I was telling Carter before the pod, like, with that offensive line and those weapons, who literally, in terms of separation grades, all of them are average or below average at separating. On top of having one of the worst O-lines of all time, you literally have to be perfect at QB to win a game like that. And he had like a 5-6 out of 10 game. So there's just nothing you can do, like, at all. Like, you're going to lose that game if your QB is not going to be playing perfectly with all of those surrounding things going on. So
true.
Obviously, not all the blame is on the O-line and the receivers. Again, It's not all on Herbert though. I mean, it was just a bad game by everybody on offense. The defense stood up big time. The defense came to play, and offense just couldn't do anything.
I mean, holding the Patriots to 16 in New England is pretty dang good for the Chargers.
Yeah, 100%. It was a great game.
I think I texted you this. Milton Williams looked like an all-pro out there.
Who is that?
And I'm sure some of that's
he's our defensive tackle.
Patriots D tackle.
Yeah, he had the sack on Herbert on the final offensive play of the game for the Chargers. They rushed 3. This is how bad their O-line is. They rushed 3 players, and Milton Williams literally sacked Herbert within probably a second of the ball being snapped. It was unbelievable.
Wow.
They got to pay some interior offensive linemen this offseason, big time.
And Milton's the one I texted about because he's been is he leading your team in sacks? He was at one point.
I don't think he's
leading
the team right now.
Ooh,
yeah,
Aaron Donald
he's a monster.
Stats?
He's a monster. He's a monster for
Aaron
the Patriots.
Donald,
no, he's got like 8 to 10 sacks though. I think maybe I'm off. Maybe it's more like 6. He's a monster. But what's funny is that he was a depth piece for the Eagles last year.
Sacks. Harold Landry had 8.5 to lead the team.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm way off then.
That's all right. But I'm glad he played well.
He had also missed multiple games, though. So he's good, though. He's really good. It was a great pickup. Phenomenal
Patriots
pickup by the
get
Pats.
the win. Last game of the weekend was Monday night. Texans-Steelers. This game was 6-7 at halftime.
Terrible.
And ended 30-6.
Yep. I called this one. I said double-digit win, and it was a lot more than that.
God,
they absolutely got shit on.
The defense was like, I think it's time for you to throw in the towel, Aaron, and retire. And Aaron was like, no, please.
Thing is,
and that Texans defense
the thing is, too, the Texans left a lot of points off the board. C.J. Stroud played terribly in this game. I mean, this could have
fumbles.
This game could have been 50 points by the Texans. It was horrendous. Yes. The Texans defense is so good. It genuinely could carry them to a championship. Like, it's that good. I mean, it's one of the best defenses we've seen in the NFL in a number of years for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. C.J. Stroud played awful, and they just blew a team out. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, and then to come from that, we see Aaron Rodgers maybe playing in his last game, maybe not. Yep. Mike Tomlin stepping down as the head coach of the Steelers after 19 seasons, right after Harbaugh was fired from the Ravens after 18 seasons, and then Kevin Stefanski. We have the Bengals as the only team in the AFC North still with their head coach.
Taylor.
And they're the team who, I mean, should have fired theirs first.
I agree.
If we're playing keep 3, cut 1, we're cutting him pretty instantly, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so, and what's interesting to me is that Mike Tomlin has stepped down, so in order for another team to get him, they would have to trade for him.
Yep.
Which is another little ripple in the effect of all of the head coaches moving this offseason.
It's very interesting for sure.
See how that turns out. But there you go. So lots of changes coming in the offseason, obviously, even more so as some of these teams lose and fire their head coaches. I thought the Steelers might be able to pull something out. I was wrong. Mike Tomlin does as he always does. First round exit, classic.
True.
And after 19 seasons, I think he was done.
For the offense. Yeah. I'm interrupting. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
The offense looked completely overwhelmed. There was, Anderson and Hunter. I don't even think Futanu's that bad of an offensive tackle. I actually really liked him. He was a University of Washington guy.
He's solid. He's solid.
Yeah. And Anderson just kind of big brothered him all night. And what I didn't realize until this game was because I always thought Danielle Hunter was like a speed rusher in Anderson. I didn't realize Danielle Hunter has like 20. Danielle Hunter is massive. I didn't realize he had like 20 pounds on him.
I thought
he was the skinny one.
He looks like he's built like Thanos.
No, Danielle Hunter is fucking ripped, dude, and his arms are so insanely long. Yes, he is a massive human being.
Yeah,
I used to call him a tree.
Has 2 top 10 pass rushers. It's quite frightening.
When he played for the Vikings, he literally looks like a giant oak tree.
5.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Yeah. So shout out to the Texans getting their dub. We are going to talk about these teams more as we predict the winners of the divisional rounds this weekend. But let's transition into.
We got to do our playoff bracket predictions, just like we did
will.
last time.
We will. Yep. Let's go all pro. If either of you has the list ready to go, I think we're just going to kind of talk about who got picked, who we like, who we think should have been in. I think these two are a little more prepared than I am for this one. I'm excited to hear you two debate and throw out some names and discuss this. I'll pitch in as I feel, but
well, I don't know that much. But what I do know is mostly revolving around the NFC West, which is thankfully surprisingly relative this year.
Yes, it is.
So,
thank you, Dom.
We got first team offense: Matthew Stafford, running back Bijan, fullback Kyle Juszczyk, wide receivers Puka, JSN, Jamar Chase, all purpose, which is something they added this year, Christian McCaffrey. We got tight end Trey McBride. We got Garrett Bowles on Denver for left tackle. Left guard is Joe Thuney. Center Creed Humphrey. Right guard Quinn Miners. And right tackle Penei Sewell. I mean, pretty fair. I didn't expect like Drake May to get first team All-Pro or anything because Matt Stafford had, the stats. Usually it goes to the guy with the stats for the All-Pro team, and then MVP is a little bit different since last year. But I don't really have any problem with it. It's weird seeing not Justin Jefferson in here, but hopefully we see him again next year. Bijan, obviously, great choice for running back. It is kind of crazy, though, to me, just how much the Jonathan Taylor situation and everything, we all would have expected him to be on here. But, ever since Daniel Jones went down, that offense just fell off a cliff, essentially. Like, his stats went out the window.
To me, other name that should be on here that would either go running back or all-purpose would be Bijan Robbins or Jahmyr Gibbs.
Jahmyr Gibbs
needs to be. I'm shocked he's not in here, at least for.
Well, here's the thing. I'm pretty sure they added all-purpose just so they can be like, damn, why can't we fit Christian McCaffrey on here? We need something for Christian McCaffrey, and then they put him in here. So
I wish Gibbs was on
what makes me laugh is that
there is an interesting wrinkle here for the second team that if you don't know, you'll see in a second, and we'll see what your guys' thoughts are.
I was about to bring it up. Does it involve our current running back?
We'll see. We'll see, huh?
Yeah, I saw that.
As for defense, edge rushers, Myles Garrett,
I'm
obviously.
sorry. I got two things I wanted to say on the offense.
Okay.
Fullback, first off, just because I looked at all the votes on top of it, fullback, the second team All-Pro fullback is farther away from Kyle Juszczyk than he's closer to Seahawks fullback Robbie Oots, who got one vote, than he is to Kyle Juszczyk. Juszczyk ran away with this voting.
Yep.
I mean, they straight up just need to take fullback off of here and just throw in another starting running back. Nobody gives a shit about fullback. Like, truthfully, it's just the Kyle Juszczyk award or whoever is the most recognizable fullback now. That's all it is.
And they use him as a running back, as a receiver, as a passer. I mean, it's like Taysom Hill. Like he's a do-it-everything kind of guy now. Like, don't put him as a fullback.
That's fair. And then
defense,
the two wide receivers. Puka Nacua and Jackson Smith and Jigba, both unanimous. I don't know. So I just figured I'd say that too.
That's
all
awesome.
50 votes. Both of them.
Trey McBride was almost unanimous as well, but one person voted for Kittle, if I remember correctly, which is just silly.
Wow.
Defense, edge rushers, Myles Garrett, Will Anderson Jr., Micah Parsons, Jeffrey Simmons, and Zach Allen. For interior linebackers, we have Jack Campbell and Jordan Brooks from Miami. Cornerbacks, we have Derek Stingley, we have Quinyanamo Bay, and we got Cooper DeJean at the slot. And then safeties are Kyle Hamilton and Kevin Byard. I'll say it before, and I've said it. I'll say it again right now. I just think Christian Gonzalez should have been on the first team or the second team. Second team I would have taken, but I think he's a top 3 corner. I really do. I mean, his tape speaks for itself. But Quinyon Mitchell had a great season, so I mean, whatever. Cooper DeJean at slot, and then obviously the big name here for edge rushers is Micah Parsons being on here. Some people had some didn't agree with that, but I don't see how you couldn't agree with that. He had a phenomenal season before he got hurt, so I don't see the issue with it at all, personally.
That's fair. The person that I was saying we were just talking about that I kind of thought might be on here with Will Anderson is Danielle Hunter. or maybe Aiden Hutchinson. But Micah Parsons did have a great season, but I was thinking of just guys that maybe played a little longer. That maybe
Kyle Hamilton, obviously very deserving. Kevin Byard had a great season. Can't really go wrong there. I mean, we got special teams. Yes.
I got one defensive. I thought it was crazy looking at this too. Denver has 3 All-Pros. All of them are on the offense and defensive line, which I thought was kind of a crazy thing. And then if you could scroll back up, I just want to highlight this because it makes me laugh. The name I think everyone looks over, Jordan Brooks for Miami. Just Miami having a random defensive All-Pro. That guy, I'm just going to say this just because it shocked me. That guy was like the Seahawks' first-round pick in 2018. I was like, holy crap, wow. He's alive and thriving. I didn't know he was on. It was like, good for you, buddy.
It all goes back to Seattle on this podcast.
It always does.
I just want to throw it out.
Special teams. Did you know that Will Reichard was born in the U.S., which Seattle is also in the U.S.? Fun fact. Punter, we got George Stout from Baltimore.
He immigrated to the U.S. in 2008. He has a really great story of it. He went on Joe Rogan. I'm making that up.
Sam Darnold.
Yes.
Devin Key and long snapper Ross Matiskik from Jacksonville. I just couldn't care less about special teams, to be quite honest with you. Congrats
Will the Thrill.
to Minnesota. They won
Will
something.
The Thrill.
Second team,
he was like
though.
31 of 32 this year.
Second team, we got Drake May at QB. It makes sense. Running back James Cook also makes sense. Fullback, we got the second most named and recognizable name for a fullback in the NFL, so he naturally gets the vote. Wide receivers, we got George Pickens, Amon-Ra, and Chris Olave. All-purpose. We have Bijan again
what the hell?
on the second team as the all-purpose running back.
What?
Yes.
Yep.
Why didn't they put Gibbs in?
At tight end, we got Kyle Pitts.
Wow, you got to love that.
So to all the wieners who said I was wrong for saying Kyle Pitts on the Pro Bowl over George Kittle, suck my balls from the back, buddy. That's all I got to say. Kyle Pitts, second team All-Pro. Eat it, bitch. Left tackle, we got Trent Williams. Left guard, Quentin Nelson. Center, Aaron Brewer from Miami. We got Chris Lindstrom from Atlanta, and then Darnell Wright for Chicago at right tackle.
Another random Miami guy in there.
Thoughts on the second team offense, boys?
I am pissed that we don't have Gibbs on here at all. James Cook did have an amazing season. I'm glad James Cook got running back, but how do you not put Gibbs in
they got to put Gibbs on all-purpose second team, dude.
He had such an insane season. How do you not have him in here at all? That is crazy to me. I do love that we had George Pickens and not CeeDee Lamb. Hype for George Pickens this year.
Yeah,
sing his name and not sing CeeDee Lamb's name is kind of shocking to me. But also, Justin Jefferson not on here either is so strange because he had a 1,000-yard season. We didn't have a great team, but he still had a 1,000-yard season.
It is weird not seeing him on here.
It's strange, but I think these 6 guys are probably more deserving before him. So it makes sense. Chris Olave did quietly have a really good year for the Saints.
He did have a good year. Yep. Defense, edge rushers.
Throw out a possible Chris Olave replacement. I think Devontae Adams could have gone in there. Just for his touchdown snapshot. I'm not saying he should have taken it over.
If he didn't get hurt and he had hit like 1,100 yards or something, I could see him getting on here for sure. He was great this year. Sneaky good, even with having 14, 15 touchdowns, whatever it was. Defense, we got edge rushers, Brian Burns, makes sense, Danielle Hunter, Aiden Hutchinson, literally all of the names. Carter just glazed. Interior linemen, we got Leonard Williams and Cameron Hayward. Linebackers, Devin Lloyd. I'll be honest with you, should have been first team. Like, without a shadow of a doubt. He was absolutely phenomenal this year. Ernest Jones from Seattle, though. Pat Surtain, we got Devin Witherspoon. Slot cornerback, we got Derwin James, which
is weird.
I'll be real with you. Put that motherfucker at safety, put Devin Witherspoon at slot, and put Gonzo at cornerback, for Christ's sakes. That's all I have to say. You can take out Jesse or Talanoa or Xavier McKinney. I don't care which one. Put Derwin at safety and quit being weird about it. That's all I have to say.
Dude,
thoughts on defense?
Xavier McKinney should not be on there.
It is weird that they decide to make Kyle Hamilton a safety when he plays down in the slot, and then said,
they both move around
for this
a ton,
guy,
so
it's like I think especially Emin Warry's kind of that cut. Derwin James is of that cut. Like the NFL's moving towards having like a joker player who can play the slot, who can play deep to confuse defenses. So I get what the confusion, but it's kind of weird that they gave some players the safety designation and others the slot designation.
Yep.
It must be just
Other
how
than
many
that,
he must have played most of his snaps as slot cornerback, I suppose. Yeah, it's kind of like it's literally what Tyrann Mathieu did back in the day. He played literally every single position in the secondary, and he was unbelievable. Special teams, we got Brandon Aubrey, makes sense. Michael Dixon, Cavante Turpin, Marcus Jones, which I'm happy about. Delshawn Phillips, okay, and Andrew De Paola from Minnesota gets the long snapper.
Dude, we're a special teams team, baby.
Goated name, by the way. I just got to say that. But that's the All Pros. The only thing I have wrong with it is Bijan being on first team running back and second team all purpose. Silly as hell. And then obviously Gonzo not being on here is silly to
Gibbs
me.
His flowers, man. That's horrible.
Yeah.
Well, and also, is this the first time in the history of the NFL a player's been both first team and second team simultaneously?
Is that allowed?
I don't know about both first and second team, but I know the first player ever to get an all pro at two different positions was Khalil Mack in his Defensive Player of the Year season. He got it outside linebacker and I believe edge rusher.
Wow.
So
wow.
Yeah. But regardless, that's the all pro team.
Dictionary, Dom, you know that?
Thank you.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. Well, if you guys are ready, we will get into the divisional round. I have got some interesting stats that I want you guys to talk about as we make our picks for these 4 games coming up, 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. Your teams are in these games, so you guys got a lot more writing, a lot more emotions and thoughts and feelings than I do, so I'm really excited to unpack it with you. We're going to go through the divisional round, starting with the games on Saturday. We have Bills at Broncos in Denver. Couple little stats to throw at you to consider. It is a high of 44 degrees, a low of 31. It's not going to be that cold. As far as offenses go, the Bills' offense is absolutely elite. They are number 4 in total offense, number 3 in red zone offense, and number 4 on third down. The Broncos, number 10 in total offense. Not bad. They're still top 10, but not as elite as the Bills, obviously. On the opposite side,
90% of that metric comes from their fourth quarter play.
Yes, absolutely. And that's something I'm going to bring up too. The defense.
33 against the Giants.
Yes, the defense totally flipped. Broncos, number 2 in total defense, number 1 in red zone defense, number 2 on third down. They are top 2 in all those metrics on defense. Bills, better than I thought, number 7 in total defense, but 24th on third down. So something interesting to keep in mind where we have a absolutely incredible offense in the Bills against an absolutely incredible defense in the Broncos. For me, I think about the Broncos seem to play to the level of the team they're playing against. They played the Raiders. Raiders are a terrible team. They play down to the Raiders level. The Giants are absolutely destroying them. The Broncos turn it on and beat them in the fourth quarter. It felt like to me they were just constantly in close games because no matter who they were playing, for the most part, the Broncos just kind of play in close games and play to the level that they're at. I feel like I don't know if it's coaching, I don't know if it's momentum, but there are a couple games in my mind this year where I'm like, the Broncos should be killing them, and they're not, but they still end up winning the game. A lot of people said the Broncos were they were 11-2, I think, at one point, and had a bunch of wins over some easy teams, so no one really believed that they were a legitimate 11-2 team. So I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say. My pick is the Broncos, which might be controversial. I'm going Broncos. I want the Bills. I love Josh, but I think the Broncos will get it done.
Schmigs, go ahead.
I think we got I legitimately think that the Broncos have a better roster everywhere but quarterback and running back. Like I point out on their All Pro, their O-line is one of the best in the leagues. Zach Evans, I believe, he has a really their D tackle that has a basic
Zach
name.
Allen.
I always forget it. I want to say Zach Allen. Thank you. Zach Allen and Nick Bonito, I think, are elite. They back him up with a really elite linebacker core with Greenlaw, and then obviously Sertan and Hufanga, and like they got superstars everywhere on that defense. All that being said, I don't trust Bo Nix and RJ Harvey enough to actually win them. I trust James Cook and Josh Allen with the worst weapons across everywhere else and the worst defense to make it happen. I think he's going to pull it out again. So I'm gonna go with the Buffalo again. I'm reversing course on what I said last time, but I don't know if this defense is as good as Houston. When Houston abused the Buffalo Bills, I got real nervous that that the Bills couldn't contend with elite defenses, and I think this is the Broncos' time. If they have a truly elite defense, they might shut them down.
Dom?
Josh Allen, son.
Fair enough. All right. So we've got two of us taking the Bills, one of us taking the Broncos. So as a unit, we're taking the Bills to win this game. That is all right. Next game, Saturday night. First of us that has a team on the line, 49ers at the Seahawks. This game will be in Seattle, Washington. It all comes back to the Seahawks, baby. High of 54, low of 37. Shouldn't be crazy weather in Seattle.
Beautiful day, actually.
Not bad, especially for Seattle in freaking January. Offenses, we're going to talk about the offenses first. They are tied 7th overall in total offense. They have the same exact average yards per game. This does include the playoffs. 351.4 yards per game on offense. This was updated today. I checked the stats. So they're tied for 7th overall in total offense. 49ers, 4th in red zone offense and 1st on 3rd down. So in critical moments, that 49ers offense has been elite. On the opposite side of the ball, completely different story. We know who's going to win on this side of the ball. It's the Seahawks. They have the 6th total defense. They are 5th in red zone defense and 1st on 3rd down. We are going to have the 49ers 1st on offense on 3rd down against the Seahawks 1st on defense on 3rd down. So the best against the best when the 49ers will have the ball on 3rd down. 49ers defense 20th in total, 12th in the red zone, 19th on 3rd down. So that 49ers defense, not impressive by any standards. Seahawks are going to be better because of the stats, because of the vibes, and because what we just saw a couple weeks ago, I'm going Seahawks.
Well, we already know who Schmeeks is picking, so I'll just go next. I've been riding the 49ers wagon for a while, as you guys know. Not because they're my favorite team or anything, but because I'm rooting for a team that's so injured and so depleted everywhere, because it would be so cool to see them go to the Super Bowl. I do not think that the Niners win this game. I don't trust Sam Darnold. I trust Brock Purdy more than I trust him, but they just lost George Kittle. I mean, this game would be amazing if Fred Warner and Kittle and Nick Bosa and Ricky Pearsall and Brandon Ayuk, wherever he is, were on the field. But it's just not the case. I feel like the Seahawks are going to win this game. Obviously, you guys know I want to see the Niners win. We'll see what happens. Anything can happen in the playoffs. That's why they play the games. But I think the Seahawks win this game unless Sam Darnold poops his pants. We'll see them. I don't know.
Great point. Completely
unanimous Seahawks here.
Yeah, and something I want to throw out too that and I'm looking for it is I'm hearing a lot of, and I agree with it. I don't trust Sam Darnold either. I saw the metrics on passer efficiency on expected passing downs, and Darnold is dead last. I'll give which is crazy because
That's
he's
frightening.
actually first, and he's actually first when it comes to passing efficiency when the defenses are not are in heavy sets. So
play action king.
And you've seen that. Yeah, he's a play action king, and what's crazy is you've seen that in the last 3 or 4 weeks. There's been a renaissance where Sam Darnold can't throw the ball, and where suddenly the Seahawks are running it. and teams are coming out in nickel even when they have 21 personnel out because they just know that Sam Darnold can't really throw against nickel, and they'd rather deal with the middling Seahawks O-line in nickel than deal with something. So I see the Seahawks winning this, and I don't even think Darnold throws for 200. I think it looks a lot like the last game. I think they're going to hammer the ball with Charbonnet and Walker, play defense, and try to walk out. By the way, first in passer efficiency on expected passing downs is Drake May. Maybe a little tangent for us.
Motherfucking MVP, baby. That's the motherfucking MVP.
That takes us to the Patriots game. First game on Sunday. Texans at Patriots. Our other boy here, Dom, got a lot of hopes and dreams and emotions on the line. Let me give you the stats, boys. Here we go. It's going to be in New England. High of 34, low of 14. Now, this game's going to be played at 3 o'clock, so it shouldn't be crazy cold, but it'll be cold. Looking at the offenses, Patriots have the clear edge here. They are number 3 in total offense and 6th on third down. Pretty great for the Patriots. Texans, 18th in total offense, 15 points lower. 30th in red zone offense for the Texans. And again, that includes the playoff game. So substantial differences on the offensive side of the ball.
What are the Patriots in red zone offense?
I forgot to check. Defenses. Texans are absolutely elite. They are the number 1 total defense and number 6 on third down. Patriots, 8th in total defense and 30th in the red zone.
Patriots are 21st in red zone.
Okay. So we've got a Patriots offense that is ranked substantially better than the Texans offense, but a Texans defense that is substantially ranked better than the Patriots defense. So we've got
unstoppable force versus unmovable object.
Similar to our Bills-Broncos game, where you have an amazing Bills offense against an amazing Broncos defense. You're going to have an amazing Patriots offense against an amazing Texans defense. I am going Patriots. This was one of the hardest picks for me because I believe that defenses win championships. However, we just saw C.J. Stroud have 6 fumbles in a game. We saw the Patriots.
I believe he's only the second player to ever win a game doing that, if I remember correctly.
And I think that Drake May, even when under pressure, will be able to make plays. I think he can run. He can run with his feet so well that even under pressure, I think that's the key to me in my mind is when I think about these quarterbacks, I think if the Patriots get pressure, CJ Stroud is not as fast and as quick to get out of the pocket as Drake May. And Drake May is great at throwing on the run, is great at getting a first down with his feet. I think that the Texans defense is going to be stingy, obviously. But the Patriots are at home. From what we've seen in this game, I could see either one winning. I'm just going to go with the team that I believe in a little bit more, that I want to see win. I'm going Patriots.
Fair. Schmeeks?
Yeah. It's like Carter said. I mean, I'm kind of the exact opposite philosophy right now, taking Josh Allen over the Broncos. I'm going to take Drake May over CJ. I'm just going to go with the quarterbacks I like more. I think this one's going to be a grind. I think this one is debatably going to be a tough watch even. I'm curious what the over-under is, but I wouldn't be shocked if we're seeing a low 20s game for the winner. I think either team, if they put up 2 touchdowns, they're going to be really happy. This Texans defense is going to challenge. It's going to be a challenge for Drake May, but I think he'll have what it takes to take it out against. We need a renaissance from C.J. Stroud because he has not looked ready he didn't look ready for the playoffs last week. He played pretty poorly against the Steelers, and I think he's going to get comparable defense this week.
All right, Dom. How's your team going to do?
Obviously, I'm going to pick the Patriots. But I mean, this is the most nervous I've been about a game in a long time for the Patriots because this Texans, I mean, like I just said a little bit ago, I think they're one of the best defenses we've seen in the NFL in a minute. But they're just so good. And the Chargers absolutely bullied the Patriots offensive line last week. And I love Khalil Mack. He's one of the best pass rushers of all time. He's obviously not in his prime anymore. Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter are both in their primes, and they're both unbelievable players. It really scares me because Will Campbell got destroyed last week. He got absolutely destroyed this past weekend. It freaks me out quite a bit. I'm going to pick the Pats, obviously. I trust Drake May. Just like Schmeeg said, I've said it several times as well. I'm going to pick the guy I trust more at quarterback. Obviously, a little bit of, didn't entirely rely on that because of the Seahawks pick I just made. But at the end of the day, I think I trust Drake May to get the game won more than I do CJ Stroud. And I don't think that, every time I watch Drake May throw the football, I am totally confident it's going to be a first down, or he's going to get a completion, or he's going to figure out in some way, right? He's just one of those guys you just believe in. And CJ Stroud, I just don't right now at all. And they're not even going to have Nico Collins this week, their best receiver.
They're not?
No, he was rolled out earlier today. I read that.
Oh my gosh,
wow,
that's huge.
And that concussion was nasty, by the way. I remember
I didn't
watching
know
that
that.
and was like, oh.
Oh, that's
yeah. Did you watch the
huge.
concussion?
No.
He's flat out.
I meant to say he's out of practice. I don't think he's going to be in this game. But regardless, we'll see.
That would be a massive blow.
He might.
If he's not in this game, I think that's huge.
That's a massive blow. Yep.
I mean, CJ Stroud needs him genuinely.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it comes down to just how good the Patriots can. I think this game ends up being 6-3 at halftime or something. Maybe the Patriots up, and they just got to figure it out in the second half. I'm horrified of this defense. I could totally see the Texans going all the way and winning it, but I'm going to pick the Patriots, and I hope I'm right. We will see.
With that. Two things I want to say here. First, you just reminded me, Gabe Davis has been ruled out for the Bills. He tore his ACL.
Yeah.
So Gabe Davis will not be playing for the Bills. Not a big deal. The other thing I have to say is as a friend of yours for a long time, I have seen you for 10 years now as a Patriots fan, and I have watched you go up and down and up and down. I watched the 28-3 comeback. I watched the Philly special loss to Nick Foles. Watched you guys. I've just watched the highs and lows and the amazingness with Brady and Belichick, and then the lows of the last 3 or 4 years with no coach and no quarterback. So I like to see in your eyes a little sparkle, a little hope, a little excitement that my team is back. I have a good coach. I have a quarterback I believe in, and I have a future again.
I got the QB I want, man.
And it's sad. It's hard for me because I feel that way about every part of the Vikings except for the quarterback, and it's really hard to watch. And it reminds me how critical the quarterback is in this league. Seriously.
Well, listen, dude. And there was.
I'm happy for you. Is what I'm trying to say.
Thank you.
I mean,
I've said it before. During all the rough years, I hated the Mac Jones pick. I was not ever silent about that. Even before that draft, I was saying I did not want Mac Jones at all. So him getting drafted to the Patriots made me absolutely miserable. I didn't even watch a lot of the games over the past few years. That's why I started watching all of the teams, and I became a huge Josh Allen fan. That's why Josh Allen's my favorite player, because I had someone to really root for the entire time, even if it wasn't, even if it was in my own division or anything. It didn't really matter to me because the Bills never did anything in the Brady era. I grew up my whole life and they never did anything, so I just don't care. There's no rivalry. I just don't care. So being able to actually be excited about Drake May being my quarterback is so nice. I mean, when they selected him, I freaked the fuck out, and I'm so happy he's so good. I wanted him for months before that draft, so I'm so happy he's my QB.
Let's go.
Yes,
good.
I'm confident in him. I think he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, and I'm hoping the Patriots can pull it out and win this game. I want the Josh and Drake Bowl, baby. Drake and Josh. That's what I want.
I think that would be sick as an AFC Championship game. Same division.
Dude, for their third game of the season, it would be amazing.
That would be amazing. All right, and now what we also could see for the third time could be Rams-Seahawks. We got to talk about this last game, Sunday night, Rams at Bears in Chicago. The stats, boys. The stats matter. Here we go. Chicago's going to be cold as fuck. The high is 17. The low is 3. This is going to be played at 5:30, 6:30, 5:30 in Chicago. Good chance of below 10 degrees with snow and wind. So the factor is it's going to be cold as shit. Now, you have the best offense in the league. The Rams are the number 1 total offense in the league, number 7 in the red zone. It makes fucking sense. The Bears, 6th in total offense and 7th on third down. So top 10 in both. We haven't seen the Bears have a top 10 offense in years. Credit to Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams. That's pretty impressive. That's not actually that far behind the Rams. On the defense, these numbers really surprised me. Rams, 17th in total defense. Kind of right in the middle. That's not that shocking to me. They're actually 7th overall in third down, which is better than I thought. Bears, significantly worse than what I thought. 29th overall in total defense and 22nd on third down. I thought the Bears, I mean, they had a lot of turnovers. They forced a lot of turnovers this year, but I am shocked at that number to win your division and to make it this far in this league and have the 29th total defense is unbelievable to me. And a last little fun stat to throw at you, Matthew Stafford, since joining the Rams, is 1 win to 9 losses, 1-9 in games with severe cold, rain, or snow. And his completion percentage drops significantly if it's under 20 degrees, which it is expected to be. So you may have a really, really poor defense in the Bears, but they are at home. Stafford's not great in the cold. And the Bears seem to just have magic this year. I am picking the Chicago Bears. I'm picking the Chicago Bears to win.
Listen, I'm smiling, and Schmeeks isn't, so I'm just going to take that as me going next. All due respect, I'm going Caleb Williams. I have to see it happen. I have to see it happen. I really just do. I need the magic to continue, okay?
Yes!
If the 49ers magic runs out, I need someone's magic to keep going just to entertain me, okay?
Yes.
And like I said, if I don't get the Josh Allen Bowl, I want goddamn 2 top 3 picks from the 2024 draft playing against each other in the Super Bowl. That would be such a good storyline. I would love to see that. Schmeeks. I feel like he's picking Rams.
I think he's picking the Rams.
I am going to pick Rams.
Yeah.
Wow.
And very
I'm
logical
not even picking.
Believe me.
I love all of what you said. I love hearing that there's a chance.
We're going with our hearts here.
That the Rams are not going to be able to throw the ball as well as they have been. I'm hoping that, like, I obviously don't hope for it, but like maybe that Matthew Stafford's finger injury is going to persist a little bit.
True.
But the Rams are a juggernaut. Their defense is so good, even if their offense isn't top notch. I can see them holding the Bears at bay. They got, Young and Verse they're not Anderson and Hunter, but they're still Pro Bowlers coming off the edge.
Yep.
And I just think defensively they're as sound as they could be. Shout out to Chris Shula. I think he's a phenomenal head coach, or he's a phenomenal head coach candidate this year. I just think the Rams have what it takes.
Valid.
Okay. All right. So as a podcast, we are picking the Bills to beat the Broncos, the Seahawks to beat the 49ers, the Patriots to beat the Texans, and the Bears to beat the Rams. So let's finish it out real quick. In the AFC, we would have Bills traveling.
Let me just put the playoff predictor up. You know what I'm saying?
Do it.
Yeah.
Bills
silly
at Pats.
goose, Carter.
Yeah, you penis.
And then we'd have Bears as Seahawks.
All right. So we picked, who the fuck did we pick? We picked Bills. We picked Patriots.
Pats.
We picked Seahawks, and we picked Bears. So,
yes,
AFC Championship would be Drake and Josh, baby. Nickelodeon in its prime time. And then NFC, we got Slayla Williams versus Sam Cuckold in the NFC Championship.
I'm taking Bills Seahawks. I think it's Bills Seahawks.
I would agree with that.
I could agree as well.
Who wins that game, boys? Who wins that game? I don't know who wins that game.
We know who Schmeeks would pick. We know who I would pick. If this wasn't Seahawks, though, I feel like Schmigs would pick Josh Allen. I just want to point that out. I feel like he would in his heart of hearts. So it's really up to you, Carter.
I think if
fair.
the Bills,
That's a fair.
if the Bills
I'm not
make it
gonna
this,
disagree with that.
Dom would go Bills. Schmigs would go Seahawks. Schmigs, I'm sorry to do this to you again, but I'd have to go Bills. I think if the Bills make it this far, they've earned it, and it's probably their year. But your defense would definitely keep you in it. But I think we'd have to go Bills there. Now, we did do this a couple weeks ago, and we had the Jags over the Seahawks.
Yeah, I was just thinking in my head, you may have just cursed them. But we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
That's okay.
It's going to be interesting.
If you
for
curse,
sure. I mean, for all we know, it could be fucking 49ers Texans. We have no clue how this is going to play out.
True.
It could be. I mean, the playoffs are crazy, man. Divisional round especially. The wild card round was just nuts, and usually the divisional round is the peak of the playoffs. So I don't know. I genuinely don't know how anything is going to go. There's going to be an upset or two. 100%. There always is. I just don't know who it's going to be.
So we've picked the Bills already. Besides that game, what upset is most likely to you? Texans winning, Niners winning, or Rams winning?
Texans.
Wow, I would say Texans is believable, but I actually think the upset we picked was the Bears.
That's true.
I think the Rams are entering as betting favorites.
I'm just going by seeding. I think the Texans could beat the Patriots. If we're going by how good the teams actually are, then yeah, Bears over Rams for sure. But
yeah, I would say Texans as well, though, Tom.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't see the Niners winning this game. I think the Bills definitely have a shot to win this game because, again, I believe in quarterback. I really do. If you give me one drive for each of these guys, I fully believe in Josh Allen more than I believe in Bo Nix personally. And then this game, I just think that Texans defense is just so dominant, and they really just could win it. But again, I mean, we literally could see the exact opposite wins in all of these play out. I would not be shocked just because the playoffs are freaking nuts. But I think there's a good chance we see Bills Seahawks, and I would love to see that for sure.
I would too. I wouldn't be upset with that at all.
A backup one, though. A backup one. The Patriots have played every single one of these teams in the playoffs. Every team in the NFC that made the playoffs, the Patriots have played in the Super Bowl, except for the 49ers. And I think that would be a cool storyline as well. But I think Bills Seahawks, and that's that.
All right. Well, time will tell if we are correct or if we are smacking ourselves in the forehead, but who cares? We're having fun.
Will be.
Yep, we're excited. I'm excited to watch that Bills Broncos game. I'm really excited for that Rams Bears game. Texans Patriots again, I could see being low scoring. 49ers Seahawks, I could be low scoring. I would love for another Bills kind of shootout, like high 20s game, Bills Broncos, and I think we'll see that with the Rams Bears. I would be shocked if the Rams Bears game, if they don't both score at least 21. Just from what we've seen from both those teams. So I'm excited. Hopefully there's some shootouts, there's some fun games, there's some comebacks, there's something crazy like we just had last week. I love NFL football, baby. Enjoy it while it lasts. We got 3 more weeks. That's it. 3 more weeks.
Yep.
So live it, love it, enjoy it.
4 if you include the Pro Bowl.
That is true. Very good point, Schmeez.
Shut up.
That's all I'm waiting for.
Yeah. Carter. Come on.
7 games left in the season, man.
It matters.
Dom, I love you. Schmigs, I love you. Dominic, hit us with the outro.
Bye.